Okay, deep dive listeners, imagine this: a beautiful summer day, a quick errand, and a moment of distraction that shatters lives forever. That's the chilling reality we're exploring today. Welcome to the Daily Dose of Delight podcast. I'm Jenny, and with me, as always, is Michael.
And while this isn't exactly a dose of delight in the traditional sense, it's a crucial, heart-wrenching story that demands our attention, reminding us of the fragility of life and the immense responsibility of caregiving. We're diving into the tragic case of 10-month-old Aria Paige.
That's right, Michael. This story comes from a trial in Florida centered around a babysitter named Rhonda Juel. Picture this: July 2023, high 90s, maybe even 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Rhonda, an experienced babysitter and mother, had several children in her care, including baby Aria.
It's almost unimaginable, isn't it? According to testimony, Rhonda was in a rush. She'd picked up Aria, made a quick stop at Burger King, and then, in that hurried moment, she went inside the house, tragically forgetting Aria in her car seat in the SUV.
The horror of that realization. Hours later, when Aria's mother, Brooke Paige, arrived to pick up her baby, that's when Rhonda made the devastating discovery. Body cam footage from the scene captured the frantic efforts of paramedics trying to revive Aria and Brooke's utterly hysterical reaction.
It's the kind of scenario that haunts you. Sadly, Aria was pronounced dead at the hospital. Investigators later found the interior temperature of the SUV to be around 134 degrees, even with the door open, meaning it was likely far hotter earlier in the day.
During the trial, Aria's mother, Brooke, painted a beautiful picture of her daughter, a bubbly, happy baby just starting to pull herself up and say, "Daw." Her testimony about arriving to find Aria unresponsive and Rhonda's panicked realization was heartbreaking to hear.
An investigator testified that Rhonda admitted to forgetting Aria, even mentioning personal stressors she was dealing with at the time, like her child moving to college and an upcoming vacation. It doesn't excuse the negligence, but it helps us understand the context of human error.
Rhonda Juel herself took the stand, expressing her deep love for Aria and asserting that she would never intentionally harm a child. She described being in a rush and simply forgetting Aria was in the car. She became incredibly emotional, recounting that moment of realization and her desperate attempts to revive the baby.
This is a crucial point, Jenny. While the prosecutor during cross-examination pressed her on her failure as a caregiver, the defense focused on the lack of intent. It highlights the fine line between negligence and malice, especially in such a devastating accident.
And the verdict reflected that complexity. The jury found Rhonda Juel guilty of third-degree felony murder and leaving a child unattended in a motor vehicle causing great bodily injury. But significantly, she was found not guilty of negligent aggravated manslaughter of a child.
The sentencing phase was equally emotional. Aria's parents delivered powerful victim impact statements, articulating their immense grief and the irreplaceable loss of their daughter. Rhonda Juel also spoke, offering an apology to the family.
The judge sentenced her to 15 years for the murder charge and 2 years for child neglect to be served consecutively, totaling 17 years. It felt like a measure of justice for many.
But here's where the story takes another turn, and it's a surprising one that has sparked a lot of conversation. In February 2025, Rhonda Juel was released from jail on a $100,000 bond while her case is being appealed. Her legal team argues that her actions, while negligent, were not intentional or malicious. There's even an ongoing Change.org petition to revoke her bond.
This case truly highlights the devastating consequences of leaving a child in a hot car and the complex legal and emotional battles that follow. It's a stark reminder for all of us about the importance of vigilance.
Absolutely, Jenny. And before we wrap up today, if you're finding these deep dives thought-provoking and engaging, we'd love for you to subscribe to the Daily Dose of Delight podcast and click that bell button so you never miss an episode. We truly appreciate your support.
Your feedback is also incredibly valuable to us. Please reach out and let us know your thoughts on this episode or suggest topics you'd like us to explore. We're always listening to our audience.
That's all for today's episode of the Daily Dose of Delight podcast. Thank you for tuning in and staying connected with us.
We'll see you next time. Stay safe and stay delightful. Bye for now.